Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to Genuine Me. I've been seeing this other question pop up a few times, so I thought let's talk about it. Somebody asked, how should your CV look like when you apply for cabin crew? And I think this is very crucial. It's a very important question, so I thought let's just talk about it today. Let's dive right into it. The first thing, make sure that your CV is ATS friendly. Now you might be wondering, what is ATS? ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. This system is in place to go through all the applications. You go to the website, you upload the documents, you put in your CV and everything. And this system is going to go through everybody's CV. It's programmed to look for specific keywords in a resume. For example, it might be programmed to look for customer service words and keywords, teamwork, all those things that they feel are important for a CV. I would say customer service is very important. They even mention it in their requirements. I know Emirates mentions it to the point where, if you don't have 1 year experience, they might not even invite you. Okay, it's because they use ATS to process all the applications. So how do you make sure that your application is ATS friendly? You can use Word documents, the normal day-to-day Word doc that we use in our laptops, and then you can save your CV as PDF. Also, you can make use of websites such as Canva. It also assists with creation of resumes, and if you're worried about how to make your resume look attractive, Canva also has you on that. Okay, there's other websites such as resume.io. You can make use of such. You might be wondering which applications are not ATS friendly. For example, I would say Photoshop. If you're somebody who uses Photoshop to create your documents, let's say I save my resume as PDF on Photoshop, it is not ATS friendly. You can always check if your resume is ATS friendly. There's websites that help you with that. You can search on Google for websites that can check if your application is ATS friendly. For example, there's enhancedcv.com. I've used that one and I know that it can check for me. You can go a step further and look for other websites that can help you. You can always search on Google ATS friendly resume creator and look for the one that's more suitable for you. Point number 2, make a professional summary of yourself at the top in your CV about your skills, personality. Try to make everything relate more to the role. If they wrote something maybe in the requirements, this is a place where you can mention those skills as well. Point number 3, make sure you write about your education history as well as your work experience in the first page. I will literally say I feel like it's important to just make sure everything is on one page. I don't know if it's just me or not, but even through my research, I've seen that it is preferred that your CV is just one page. Even at the interview, when you drop off your CV, the recruiters don't have time to sit and read your entire CV. So make sure that you write things that are relevant only. You might have so much work experience, but I wouldn't say write all of it. Write things that benefit your role, your customer service experience, because the funny thing is somebody might just have one customer service experience and that's all they've had, and they will take them to the next level just because they only need you to have 1 year experience of customer service. And somebody might come in saying, I've worked as a teacher, or I've worked as an officer for something, I don't know. But if it's not customer service based, it's not as important to them. They literally only want your customer service experience. So make sure you include your customer service experience. If you have worked as the first contact of customers in any place, I would say that is customer service. What kind of jobs are considered as customer service? I would say if you've worked as a bartender, a waiter or waitress, receptionist, an administrator, front desk, where you deal directly with customers, or maybe you're the first point of contact in a in a shop, in an office, and anywhere. I believe that is customer service. Let me say, if you're a teacher, it is questionable because you're not the first direct contact of customers. You deal with children, even though parents still do come around, but you're not really customer service. Point number 4, I would just say make sure your CV is precise and straight to the point. Basically, you know what the recruiters want. Okay, at this point, you know what the system wants. They do mention the requirements, for example, 1 year customer service. I don't know what else they say, but make everything straight and forward, because really it should be easier even for the recruiter when they're going through it to say, okay, maybe let's say, imagine they have a checkbox that they're taking, right? So everything else is useless to them. They're just gonna run through your CV and say, okay, customer service checked, this is checked, you're accepted to the next level, okay? So make everything precise, neat, presentable. I will just pop up some examples on the screen. I would advise try to make everything fit into one page. Okay, that is all for today's video. Just make sure that your application is ATS friendly. Make sure that the fact that you have customer service experience stands out, because that's really the most important thing for them. That's what they're looking for. And make sure you mention those traits that are attractive to the role of cabin crew. You know, if you have any experience that adds in, you know, for example, like, I don't know how I didn't mention this, if you have knowledge of other languages, it is an added benefit. Make sure you mention that as well. I don't know what else I could be forgetting, but just make sure your CV is neat, okay? I would advise you to watch my other videos. If you've made it through, they've invited you. What is the next step? They've read your CV and you got an invite. What is the next step? I would advise you to watch my videos on that. Other than that, I feel like you're set. You're ready to go. Now go for your interview. Now go create your resume. Okay, but before you do that, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Give me a thumbs up and comment on my video if you still have any other questions. I will be happy to help you any way that I can. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Until next time, bye. Remember to stay genuine.